Hello, my name is Jason Venkus of Momentum Fitness and Health. I am a NASM certified personal trainer and corrective exercise specialist. More and more these days, people are experiencing shoulder pain from non-contact situations. And in most cases, a doctor or an orthopedic surgeon is going to tell you you need to go for surgery, But I'm here to tell you that unless there's some actual care in there, that you may not have to necessarily go for surgery, but things that are similar to physical therapy might be able to fix you, and I'm going to show you just how that can be done today. A lot of us today are sitting at desks, or we're doing a lot of chest work, and that gives us very, very tight pectoral muscles. And that is what can cause compensations in the body and then lead to shoulder pain or perceived shoulder pain. It's actually the tight muscles in the chest. So the number one thing that you can do right away is to lay off chest. Yeah, I know, it stinks. You really want to work on your chest, but until that shoulder clears up, you're going to have to lay off. Now, another misconception out there is that when it hurts, don't move it. Well, in a lot of cases, nothing can be further from the truth than that. So things that you do want to lay away from or stay away from are straight out movements and straight side to side movements. So you want to, keep away from your front lat raises and your side lat raises, but instead you want to split the difference and do what is called a kettlebell sword. So you're going to take your kettlebell, put it at your hip like you're drawing a sword. We have a video on how to do this, so we're adding it into this one as well. And you're going to bring it straight out, or not straight out, but out to the side just a little bit. So it's like you're pulling a sword and you're going out on an angle. This is going to put less stress on the shoulder and still work it. Another important piece to getting rid of that shoulder pain is making sure that you rotate from the shoulder, both internally and externally. This shouldn't cause any pain. If it does cause any pain, then you should stop and maybe you do have something more serious going on. But in most cases, when you're doing a little bit of external rotation, you're opening the chest. We talked about laying off the chest. Now we're opening and stretching the chest. We're also rotating from the shoulder out. Besides, we do this motion more often than we do front and back and side-to-side movements. Now for internal rotation, you're going to have to alternate, do a little bit of King Kong, beating on the chest, and rotate that shoulder in. Now it's kind of like a rusty door hinge. You're moving it back and forth, but you want to make sure that you're getting proper hydration as well to lubricate those joints. Also make sure you're getting good healthy fats in as well. That's also going to help to lubricate those joints. Just 2 more exercises to go and we'll move on to some stretching. Next we want to do some reverse curls. Often when we're curling this way, this will tighten up the chest. But when we rotate out, rotate those shoulders out, we use less of the chest, more of the bicep, and more of the shoulder. Now the last exercise before we move into stretches is a high row. How is that different? Well, a normal row, we do it in here, and we're going to do these with a TRX. This is a regular row. You bring your elbows alongside your body, but for a high row, you're going to work more of your trapezius, your mid and upper trapezius. So you want to lean back and pull up. Elbows go out to the side. The object of this exercise is to pinch your shoulder blades together. Pretend like someone's putting a ball back there and you want to squeeze and you want to grab that ball with your shoulder blades. Now let's move on to some stretches. Now I mentioned before that a lot of this shoulder pain can be caused by tight chest muscles, either from sitting at a desk where we are internally rotated and pushing in towards our chest, or from doing a lot of chest work. So we want to stretch the chest, and we're going to do a foam roll a little bit later for this as well. So we do a wall pec stretch. If you can find a doorway that fits perfectly, you want your elbow to line up with your shoulder, and you can do it on both sides at the same time or one at a time if all you have is a post. And you're going to lean forward. So you should feel a nice stretch right in here, right on the inside of that pectoral muscle. And you should hold these stretches for about 20 to 30 seconds. So if you're going to do it on each side, then 20 to 30 seconds on each side. And just hold and press through. Kind of important here too, you want to keep your head up. Don't let your chin tuck under, but keep your head straight up and back. Actually keep your ears above your shoulders. Alright, so now it's time to get on the floor, do another stretch, and then we're going to show 2 foam rolls for to loosen up this chest as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lat ball stretch. So we're going to stretch the latissimus dorsi. What we're going to do here, go on to almost like you're on all fours, but one hand on the ball. You want to keep your head up. You want to keep your ears in line with your shoulders. Don't let your head tuck under. Don't let it come up. Don't look at anything. Just look straight at the floor right below you. You're going to take the ball out and over. Okay? Now, if you bring the ball out and over, and you feel it in your shoulder, bring that ball further out. Really, really reach out, because you should feel it here in your side body. And you're going to stretch that muscle as well. So stretching this muscle will relieve some of the stress on the shoulder and can decrease that pain. Alright, and finally we're going to do 2 foam rolls. We flip the mat over here because I got a black foam roll and want you to be able to see where that foam roll is exactly. Okay, so we're going to do the lats. So again, we just stretched that muscle with the ball, but now we're going to do it with the foam roll. And then I'm going to show you another foam roll for the pecs. So to get at your lats, you want to get right underneath your shoulder blade. Right in that area, what you're going to do is you're going to roll up or down until you find a spot that's sore, and then you're going to hold that spot. Now, you're not laying directly on your side. You're actually rotated back about 30 degrees. Once you find your spot, it could be all the way up in the armpit, and it could be, above the shoulder blade. But just find your spot. It's going to be different. If you have more than one spot, just pick a spot for that day and work on that. You're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. Now, to get at your to get at your pec, you're going to lay face down. You're going to put it in a diagonal, and you're just going to lay on it and let it press right into the side of your pectoral muscle. So you find that spot and let it press on it. Now, an even better way to do this is actually, and we'll go off camera for just a second, is actually to use a ball. So if you have a large hard ball, no laughing, then you can get that right into that pectoral area as well. A medicine ball works just great, but even a smaller ball like this will work as well. And if it's something that you can heat, heating will expand the muscle and get it to relax as well. And just roll right in there, again, right along the side of that pectoral muscle. Use these exercises, stretches, and foam rolls to get rid of that shoulder pain and possibly avoid costly surgery. Because to be honest, if you go to get shoulder surgery, knee surgery, unless you have a top-notch surgeon that works with athletes specifically, there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be able to return back to function. Now, it's all on you on whether or not you do this. I've had clients that I ask them, I go, okay, trust me. It's ultimately their decision, but trust me to help rehab your shoulder without the need for surgery. Do I feel like I'm going above and beyond or stepping on the toes of physical therapists? No, I don't. I actually work hand in hand with physical therapists and get a lot of this and give a lot of information back to them on what I find. Because personal training, corrective exercise, physical therapy, we find more and more new and amazing things about the body, and there's nothing better that we can do than to share with each other what we learn. So I wanted to share this information with you so that hopefully you can avoid a costly surgery. So until next time, I hope that you can find your momentum.